welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we have been On Wednesdays we have been doing Kits with Kitty. I went a little wild and started a bunch of themed projects on the channel, and my goal was to kind of bounce through them, share one a week. However, I have a lot of kits and I need to do them. So I thought a segment called Kits with Kitty would be helpful. One of the kits I bought was from the Wool Warehouse, which was the Universe in Bloom kit, which is a current crochet along. So I decided while that crochet along is going on, I will do weekly updates and let you know how I'm doing. So, how am I doing? Well, I made one more petal, so I now have half of the small petals done. I am also here to make you feel better if you have fallen behind. Wait. So, I know, I think it was Antoinette shared in the Facebook group where her progress. Yep, it was Antoinette, and she shared, she's doing the rainbow colorway. She says she's behind too. She is far further than I am. When I'm editing, I will go pick the pictures out of the Facebook group and put them here so you can see. That is a gorgeous colorway, Antoinette. That is going to be amazing. I also remember that Rachel was sharing her pictures. Just doing a quick scan. I don't have an update from Rachel this week, but if you want to update, I will gladly share next week. But I applaud you ladies. Those are gorgeous, gorgeous blankets. And mine will be gorgeous as well when it gets done. I will finish it. It's not going to be anywhere near the end of the cal. Let's just be honest. I did check and I've already printed out part 6 is available on Dedry's website. It is lookwhatimade.com. Let me double check that. I have it always up on my phone. It's lookatwhatimade.net. Lookatwhatimade.net. All of that's spelled out. L-O-O. It's going to be linked down below. Don't have me try to spell it. Yeah. There you go. That's your update. Progress was made. Just not a lot. I actually talked about this in yesterday's video and then I chopped it out because I thought it was too embarrassing. And now I think I'm going to talk about it. I have had less crafting time lately because I'm trying to also take time out and tackle healthfulness, let's say. I had in the past been kind of, let's face it, these crafting hobbies are kind of sedentary. So we do a lot of sitting as crafters. I was so sick. It was actually been a year since we finally got a better handle on the vertigo. But before that, I was sick for, gosh, it was almost a full year that I was ill between the bronchitis, the wisdom teeth. I had adenovirus really bad. I just got walloped all through October through early, I would say October 2023 through into February 2024, because that's when I was meeting with like all of the ENTs trying to get it figured out, and then they finally got me to physical therapy that ended up helping, but we never quite figured out what was wrong. But anyway, so in all of that research, I got referred to cardiology, of course, because there was disagreement as to whether or not there was anything up with my heart. The ER doctors said there was nothing. My primary care doctor thought she saw indicators she didn't like. So she left it up to me, and I was like, well, while we're figuring stuff out, let's figure it out. I have some minor issues. I have PACs, but a very, very small amount. When I had the heart monitor, every single time I triggered an event on the heart monitor, it coincided. So I was very proud of that. So I was actually feeling things. But the doctor was like, this is a very low percentage. Most people wouldn't feel this. So you're like super sensitive. So he's not concerned, but we're keeping an eye on it. That obviously it's not good. Anyway, all of that is to say, I've been trying to do a little bit, and I've been like gently walking on the treadmill at a pace that I could craft while I was doing it. I have recently decided that that's boring and I need to do more. So I'm now going at a pace on the treadmill where I can no longer craft while I'm doing it, which feels really awesome to me, but it is a good part of the day where I used to be sneaking in little times to do stuff, and I'm not doing that anymore. So that's fully devoted to trying to better my health, which I think is probably something we all have concerns about. My goal, in case you're interested, I really want to buckle down. So I was kind of lenient with myself. I was like, oh, I'm going a slower pace. Some days I didn't feel with it. I wasn't super consistent. So since I've been trying to make it more exciting, challenge myself more, I messaged Heather the Crochet Witch, and I was like, I hope you don't mind. I'm making you my accountability buddy. And I text her every day after I do the treadmill. And having that outside person know you're supposed to be doing something. Not that she'd like come and yell at me, although I would love it if she would come visit. But you know what I mean? There's a little bit of pressure. Someone's expecting something. It helps. My goal is to work up to running a mile. It might sound silly, but it's an attainable goal. I cannot currently run a mile. I can walk a mile. I walk a mile every day on the treadmill. But I walk more than a mile every day now. But after I had chomps, and even up to through the first trimester of being pregnant with Bingo, I worked with personal trainers. And one of my goals was, I had 3 different personal trainers. My first one kind of helped me figure out this like high intensity interval training, which doesn't work. It is not recommended by my cardiologist. He wants me to start gently. So that's why I was going gently, but now I'm realizing I was maybe being a little bit too gentle. I can push myself a little bit more. But he, I'm sorry, my personal trainer was a she. This was back 8 years ago. We were doing high intensity interval training, and she got me on a treadmill and was having me like run intervals, and I was so like, I've never been a runner. Like, it's always something I've wanted to do, but never really done. So I did ballet and stuff like that. So I was active as a child into adolescence. All of that fell off when I went to college. And then, so as an adult, I was trying to get back into it. And that made me realize I could run. So I thought about it for a while, and the next week I came in and I was like, hey, this is my goal. And she was like, ooh, let's do this. Yes, I love it. And I was so excited. And, she didn't think it was silly. She thought it was a good goal. And that, I really appreciated that. But she was like, do you have a time in mind? And I was like, well, I was doing some research. And so my understanding is a 7-minute mile is pretty darn good. I don't expect to do anything like a 7-minute mile. I was like, hey, like, is a 10-minute mile like really fast? What does that sound? She kind of looked at me and she's like, the fastest I've ever run a mile was at a little over 9 minutes pace. I was like, so 12-minute mile? She's like, yes. So, yes, when I actually did get my mile, it was 12 minutes, 30 seconds. But I was proud of it. I did it. That's all that matters. I did it. So I don't have a pace in mind. You might maybe say that's a jogging a mile versus running a mile. I don't care. If it's faster than a walk, it's running. Right now, I'm at pretty brisk walking. I'm doing, today I go half hour on the treadmill. 1.36 miles. My average pace was 2.7. That felt really good. That's the highest average pace I've had. That's the highest distance I've gone since I've been kind of tracking. So I'm doing it, but it's taking away from crafting time. And I'm not saying that's all of this. I'm losing these little stolen moments. I'm really focusing on the Fridays with Fred sweater. And I'm touching this. This isn't falling into total oblivion, but it's not high priority for me. And I hope next week I'll come here with a whole handful of all of the at least small petals done. But I'm not holding my breath, and every petal done is a petal closer to a gorgeous blanket. So anyway, a little peek behind the curtain about what I'm doing. And yeah, I was like thinking about it while I was on the treadmill today. I was like, why were you so embarrassed that you felt you had to cut that? I don't know, but I kind of feel like because I was embarrassed, maybe it's important for me to put it out there. So I'm putting it out there. I know some people think you're a crafting channel. Shut up about the rest. And that's okay. If you're not interested in that little stuff, turn me off when I start ranting that way. But I think I've decided if it's an issue that I think becomes important to me, other people might be thinking about it. And let's just put it on the table. And if anybody wants to discuss, you're welcome to. I'd love to hear what you do to try to keep yourself active as well. We can just help each other. That's what I'm hoping. Okay. Love you all. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye-bye.